In the blue corner, ranked 3rd IBF welterweight of the world, Fang Hopkins. And in the red corner, ranked 5th IBF welterweight of the world, Willliam Rafael Guevera. Hopkins coming in 146, that excellent reach, young prospect, or was to be young prospect until losing to Rafael Anderson Lee Jr. Guevera looking very smooth. And here we go, round 1 of this 10-round bout. Guevera throwing a nice one to Hopkins, staying on his toes. This fight is brought to you by Dynamite Promotions. I'm Jim Gotti. I'll be commentating this fight tonight. Guevera pushing Hopkins back on the rope, and a rope with dope. Looking like Ali, throwing the hooks. Landing clean. Nice parry, followed by 2 jabs. Guevara's going to have to watch out for that long reach, as he does so there, landing the body shot. Hopkins looks a little stunned, dances around, lands a left hook of his own to the dome of Guevera. Right straight. Mixing it up on the inside. Hopkins is going to have to watch out. Guevera is known for his excellent power and is sure to be on display tonight as Guevera throws that bomb hook to the body but hits nothing but air. And that's the end of round 1. Cocky box numbers show Hopkins landing 14.
Round 2.
But not really too active, not as active as you would like to see Hopkins, but Roy Fang Hopkins has had stamina issues in the past, especially shown against Ralph Anderson Lee Jr. Ralph Anderson being one of the meanest welterweights of his time, fought in Japan. Men dancing around the ring. Oh, and Hopkins landing the jab. Oh, and a left hook. The funny thing about Guevera, he has an excellent chin, in his 5 losses, they were not by KO, going the distance, as most people do go the distance with Guevera, because he's known for his good and excellent power. Oh, counter left hook, followed by a hook combination, and Guevera was rocked for only a second. And Guevera brings that right straight with lots of power behind it. Hopkins staying on the outside with that tall, lanky frame like Tommy Hearns. Yeah, Hopkins does put me in the mind of Tommy Hearns.
Round 3.
Has a similar style, tall and lanky. But I could see Hopkins even fighting at middleweight if he chooses to do so in the future. Both men keeping a lot of distance here in this ring. Guevera taking them jabs to the chin. Hopkins trying to stay on the outside and doing a pretty good job. Staying on his toes, hopping around, lots of foot movement. Oh, but he gets caught right there with that right straight. And it seems as though Hopkins was on wobbly legs for a second, taking a body shot Hopkins moving out pretty slow. Guevara still looking very strong, very sharp, and very determined here. Both men try to exchange. Once again, Hopkins throwing that jab, and Guevara just throwing them power shots. Landing very nicely to the body, and that right straight has been landing pretty well for him tonight. Once again, Hopkins not as active as you would like to see him. Against the stronger man, Guevara. Oh, Guevara rocks him. Throwing hooks and uppercuts, another hook. Hopkins on wobbly legs, throwing that slow, very lazy left straight off his back foot. And Hopkins is definitely hurt. You can tell by his movement. Guevara stalking him, but stalking at a distance because Hopkins has that long reach. It seems to like to work the jab out of that hitman style. And Hopkins gets rocked again. Guevara landing that nice right straight. Pushing Hopkins to the pocket. Could have landed the left hook there. Hopkins mixing it up a little too much. He's going to have to calm down. Recompose himself. Work the jab and stay on the outside if he wants to have any chance against Guevara and that heavy punching power. But Guevara is not only a hard puncher, he has a lot of speed. If you've seen him in his undefeated amateur, he was a very fast flyweight. Excuse me, super featherweight. Guevara once again being the more active fighter and landing way more power shots. Hopkins seems to be out of gas. Throwing that left jab. Oh! Guevara throwing the combination, and Hopkins goes down for the second time in his career. Can he get up? Hopkins gets to his feet on the 7 count. And he is definitely hurt. Showing a lot of courage, even taking on this fight against Guevara, but standing up to Guevara, the shorter man, mixing it up on the inside with the stronger and shorter Guevara. Guevara throwing the right to the shoulder. Possibly could have been a knockout if he hit Hopkins on the chin. Oh! And a big left straight. Stumbles and rocks Hopkins in those shaky legs. As Guevara throws another combination and knocks Hopkins on his back for the second time in this round. And the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. If Hopkins goes down again, he will lose for the second time in his career. Guevara, body shot, left uppercut. Throwing an endless barrage. Fast combination, looking very sharp. Hopkins throwing lazy punches. Nice. Oh! And it's over. Guevara wins the fight. As always, I'm Jim Gotti. Thanks for tuning in. And we hope to see you next time here on Hyphen Tech.